Hello and welcome to Q News. I'm Rachel Diodato.
And I'm Morgan Kay. With only 19 days until the major election, politics are on a lot of people's minds.
And when you're away from home, it can be even more of a challenge to register in time to vote. With so many students out of the state, they cannot manage to vote in their hometown. High Point University has come up with a solution to help these worried college voters.
High Point University is looking to create a multi-level approach to get students to vote this November. HPU is using a system called Turbo Vote.
They can register to vote, request an absentee ballot, track that ballot, and then see where they can early vote and vote on election day. Any questions that they have are located on that site. Students can also register with their student success coach at the Office of Student Life, with Campus Concierge, or with me.
This program is a great opportunity for students because many share concerns about voting through the mail.
I really don't believe that mail-in ballots would be efficient. I would be a little bit worried that my vote would never get processed in time, and I just feel much more comfortable doing it in person and knowing that my vote will actually count.
You can register at the philanthropy tables in Wanik, as well as registering through the student success offices in Cottrell all this upcoming week. I'm David Kleinchester, Q News.
You can register online by going to hbuturbovote.com.
Now that students are getting back into the swing of things at High Point University, clubs are starting back up. Point Blank is just one of the many clubs around campus that are still hosting meetings while having to find ways around the new COVID protocol. They are doing a great job with social distancing and wearing masks while making sure all equipment is sanitized when needed. Their first in-person meeting was held Tuesday, which were the auditions for on-air anchor as well as behind-the-scenes crew. Point Blank meets every Tuesday and films their show every other Tuesday. Be sure to tune into their YouTube channel as they continue to air during this tough time.
New updates regarding High Point University's mobile ordering app. HBU students are now able to order meals online with the tap of a button. The app allows students to see what's on the menu for all dining locations, along with making a reservation to dine in or get the appropriate wait time to pick up their food. Students have the option of mobile ordering from the CAF, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, the bakery, and Farmers. This new online ordering system has caused a decrease in wait times for capacity for students.
Up next in Q News, North Carolina moves up to Phase 3. We'll tell you what activities are returning to campus.
And HPU's new food on campus, which bring long lines.
Opiates has taken everything and everyone I've ever loved away from me. Everything.
I blew my ankle out and I got prescribed pain pills by my doctor.
If making my detox public is gonna help somebody, I'm all for it. I just wish I would have had a warning.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back to Q News. High Point University and Passport Partners have come up with a fun and exciting way to meet new people. They're partnering with local businesses to combat the quarantine blues. High Point University has partnered with local businesses to combat the quarantine blues. With events and participation being restricted due to COVID-19, it has been increasingly hard for students, especially freshmen, to meet new people. HPU and local businesses have come together to solve that issue with block parties. The idea is that with the block parties, students will be able to safely mingle while enjoying free food, music, and games.
So here at High Point University, we want to provide our students with the best experience during these challenging times. So every day from now until October 9th from 2 to 5 o'clock, we'll be having various food trucks from various vendors throughout the area to come on campus and just say thank you to the university. We've had hibachi, we're going to have corn soon. It's going to be an absolutely great time. Plus with cornhole, the band out here, as well as free drinks and food, it's always a great time for our students.
After weeks of restrictions for recreational areas on campus, High Point restores some promising activities to encourage exercise for students. Students now have access to the temporarily closed intramural field. The indoor sling court is also now open with a restriction. While the full court is open, only one ball per person per hoop is allowed. Revival on outdoor basketball courts across campus arise as hoops are returning to their homes. Courts outside of Slane and Greek are now readily available to come and play. Students now return to the Slane weight room while operating at 30% capacity. Students must go to imleagues.com and register for 50-minute increments to work out.
High Point University has opened a new restaurant for students to enjoy this semester. Students return to HPU this semester with a new building on campus, the Kane Conservatory. The 15,000 square foot conservatory consists of various plant species for students and faculty to conduct botanical research. The new conservatory not only contains various plant species, but a new dining location on campus called The Butterfly. The Butterfly Cafe is open from 8 to 3 and offers a wide selection from smoothies to a Mediterranean experience.
Next up, HPU students find a fun way to socially distance and stay fit.
And Tubby Smith prepares for a virtual media day and what to expect the upcoming season. Up next, Q Sports. Or 50% increase. That's a lot. Oh, even 50%.
Oh, come to the right. I thought you said look to the right. I was like, where?
Profile.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
From the Nito Corbin School of Communication on the campus of High Point University, this is Q Sports Update.
Good evening. I'm Rihanna Dozier, along with JT Faribault, here to give you this week's Q Sports Update.
Monday weekend marked the start of winter sports here at HPU, teams having their first official practice of the season. Men's basketball coach Tubby Smith and women's basketball coach Chelsea Banbury will be having a virtual media day Monday morning from 8 to 9 as the two teams prepare to move forward with their season this winter. Both teams will be competing in the Millis Center again this season, as the new Cubane Arena will not be ready in time for the start of the season.
With HPU collegiate sports starting to practice and train, the Recreation Department has been thinking creatively about how to get students safely involved in campus fitness activities. Seth Hatherley has a look at one of the programs they started in hopes of achieving that goal.
When we're up here, we're not being active out on the field. Please make sure you guys...
The High Point University Recreation Department allows students many opportunities to get involved with fitness on campus. However, they were no exception to the limitations of COVID. Despite restrictions, Austin Wilson, the coordinator of Recreation Services, is still finding ways to give students things to do.
We've had a lot of adjustments. One of the nice things is that we do have a lot of outdoor programming that is available, one of those being laser tag. We've moved a lot of stuff to be a lot of our programming to be more outdoors. Laser tag is nice because we're able to get outdoors and stay 6 feet apart while we're playing. It makes it so that we can actually be active and have a little bit of fun as well.
Laser tag takes place at the High Point University Estate, a 22-acre property that allows students the opportunity for outdoor physical activities like laser tag, as well as a ropes course and a rock wall, all intended to allow students to actively engage in teamwork and collaboration. The laser tag intramural has been joined by several teams and has been a big hit for students in a time where it is hard to have physical activities with others.
So with laser tag, we've structured it so that it's 3 days a week. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The nice thing with it, like I said before, is that we're able to socially distance while we're playing. It's a lot of fun to get everybody outdoors playing 5v5. It's basically for 8 minutes, everybody's running, having a lot of fun, getting up and down the field. It is physically challenging sometimes, so it's good to have that aspect to it, but in the end, it's a lot of fun to just get outside and play a little bit of a game that we can all do socially distanced.
For Q Sports, I'm Seth Hatherley.
Fall sports have been brought to a halt, but the High Point University women's cheer team are facing adversity by working hard and preparing for the spring. Kaylee Tollison sat down with Coach Sydney Smith to discuss what they have in store for the semester and going into the spring season.
For High Point University athletics, COVID-19 has put a halt on all fall sports. Although they're not able to perform this season, the women's cheer team is practicing in a safe and socially distanced environment to prepare for the spring. I was able to sit down with Coach Sydney Smith to learn more about how her team is stepping up to the challenge of staying safe while continuing to prepare for the season that lies ahead.
So first, we are going to be doing no contact for 2 weeks. So that's going to keep social distance, 6 feet apart. We're gonna do no sharing of equipment, and they can, do their cheers and that kind of stuff socially distanced. So that's not affected too much, but for stunting, we're holding off. We're gonna be doing temperature checks at the beginning of practice, and every girl has to come in with their student health assessment completed and on green. And I've made it clear to them too, it's gonna be up to them to follow the protocols put in place by the university all around campus, because if we get a cluster of cases, then they're going to shut cheer down.
While cheer may not be happening in the fall, Coach Smith is keeping her attitude positive about basketball season while also working with the athletics department to come up with ideas on how to get her team involved in spring sports.
If we get to cheer at basketball, it'll be in January. We might come back. Not all are going to be at all the games, and they would be wearing masks. Then in the spring, a lot more outdoor sports allows for more opportunity. Having those other sports as an option and know that that's there kind of softens the blow of not possibly being able to be at those basketball games.
Getting an inside look on your HPU women's cheer team and reporting for Q Sports News, I'm Kaylee Tollison.
The Los Angeles Lakers have defeated the Miami Heat in the 2020 NBA Finals. The Lakers won the series 4-2. LeBron James became the first player to win a championship with 3 different teams. James also received his 4th NBA Finals MVP. It's the 17th title for the franchise, tying the Lakers with the Boston Celtics for the most all-time in NBA history.
The American League Championship Series began this past Sunday in San Diego with the Tampa Bay Rays playing the Houston Astros. Tampa Bay has gotten off to a hot start coming into the series with their first wins over the New York Yankees. Houston looks to return to the World Series for the 2nd year in a row. They eliminated the Oakland Athletics in the Division Series. Tampa Bay leads the series 3-1.
Meanwhile, in the National League Championship Series, the Atlanta Braves took Game 1 against the Los Angeles Dodgers by a score of 5-1. Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley, and Ozzie Albies all homered for the Braves. Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw was scratched from Game 2 because of back spasms, with the status for the series questionable. The Braves took Game 2 8-7 and currently lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is tonight.
Former HPU baseball standout Andre Scrubb pitched in the American League Championship Series for the Houston Astros. He entered the game in relief Tuesday night and pitched 1 inning against the Rays with 2 strikeouts. Scrub was drafted in the 8th round of the 2016 MLB draft by the Los Angeles Dodgers after completing his junior year at HPU.
Dak Prescott is out for 4 to 6 months following a gruesome injury last Sunday against the New York Giants. After being carted off the field and taken to a local Dallas hospital, it was confirmed he had a compound fracture and dislocation of his right ankle that required surgery to repair. This also raises concern as Prescott is playing under the franchise tag. This season-ending injury could pose a threat to potential contract negotiations that he receives from the Cowboys.
The Washington football team's QB situation just got interesting. In an almost impossible comeback, Alex Smith was thrust back into action after Kyle Allen suffered a concussion. After 693 days, 17 surgeries, and almost losing his leg, Smith's comeback is the start of a miracle story. Smith went 9 of 17 for 37 yards. He is now under center for Washington until Allen is healthy enough to return.
Head coach Dan Quinn was dismissed by the Atlanta Falcons late Sunday following their 23-16 loss to the Carolina Panthers. This loss drops Atlanta to 0-5. Quinn went 46-44 in his 6 years with Atlanta, winning the NFC South title once. Quinn led the Falcons to the Super Bowl in his second season, where his team blew a 28-3 lead to New England. Defensive coordinator Raheem Morris was named interim coach.
Multiple NFL teams, including the New England Patriots, the Denver Broncos, the Buffalo Bills, and the Tennessee Titans, have had to reschedule games twice this past week because of rising COVID cases on their teams. Protocol violations that result in virus spread requiring adjustments to the schedule or otherwise impacting other teams will result in additional financial and competitive discipline, including the adjustment or loss of draft choices or even the forfeit of a game.
Dustin Johnson, the current #1 ranked golfer, tested positive for COVID-19 and will be forced to withdraw from the CJ Cup in Las Vegas this weekend. Johnson is now the second top 20 player to be forced to withdraw from a tournament this month, after Tony Finau tested positive in early October. Soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has also tested positive for COVID-19. He has had no symptoms but was not expected to play in Portugal's match against Sweden this week.
Thank you for joining us with another segment of Q Sports Update. I'm JT Faribault.
And I'm Rihanna Dozier.
Have a great one.